Myself, Tariq, Bam, Tony, like a lot of us didn't have a lot of offers, so we just had the dog mentality to go in there and get it.
The sweet science. Footwork, balance, and precision execution make the art of boxing deeper than just a fight. And for current Detroit Lion and former North Carolina A&T defensive back Tony McCray, he gets himself ready for battle on Sundays by putting in work inside the ring during the offseason.
Tony McCray, I'm with the North Carolina A&T. I play for the Detroit Lions. Conditioning, it's a different mental aspect as well. Like punching and fighting in there that for a long amount of time. They train you totally different. I think boxing is probably the hardest thing to do training-wise. So I feel like if I get my mindset for boxing, I get my mindset for football.
So you jab, hit, boom. You see what you come? See you too far, your jab, you better.
Step into it. Gotcha. All right, let's go. Because he's teaching me to hit you at a shorter distance, straightforward. DB's the same way. You gotta touch people straightforward. You can't get your hands wide and all that. So he teaches me to keep my hands tight in here just like a DB coach would. So we're working the same thing. It's the same mental aspect. It's the same technique. All sports translate. So when he teaches me to jab, it's just like me pressing when I'm stepping. Everything gotta be straightforward.
Boom. Boom.
You gotta stay balanced, keep your feet under yourself. Everything you taught in football, but he translated over to boxing. So hips, like you say, it's a power thing, explosive thing. Also, you gotta be able to change directions in football, just like in boxing. You gotta be able to throw a punch, not lean. You know what I'm saying? Lunge, and nobody can hit you and stuff like that. You gotta keep everything under yourself. So that's what I like doing.
And now after that last hook, I want you to roll out. So go slow. Boom, boom.
Always gonna do cardio. This also a part of cardio. So regular running, this boxing I do strength training, you know, any of that DB drills, you know. So I go through I got like 4 people throughout the week that I go to for different things that help me, you know. And then with the league, you know, it's everlasting, new players, they looking for new faces. So to stay relevant, your work is one thing. So you gotta be able to work with the best to be the best. How you be defending yourself on the ropes like that?
Just stay compact.
Tight as you can.
Come on. Straight. Stay same. It's just like you do when you're not on the rope. Elbows in. Skinny. Yep. Right there. What can you do? What can you do? Now get on the rope. Same thing. Lean against the rope. Now you got leverage. You got the right hand that you can come right back out. See, it's more comfortable right there. Picking off all his shots. Body. All right. This one. There it is. You feel that power generated?
And while it may seem like the NFL is all about big stars and big contracts, 20% of the league is made up of guys on special teams, doing all the dirty work that oftentimes goes unnoticed.
Special teams is one of them things, like it's all a mindset. A lot of people don't want to do it, you know, but a lot of us have to pave our way through special teams. So if you're a go-hard special team player, defense and stuff like that come easily. Special team is a one-shot play, you know what I'm saying? So there's no room for error, and it's the toughest of the toughest because all these guys want to be starters, and a lot of them can't be starters unless you make it through this phase. You got to be trusted in this phase to be able to do defensive phase, the offensive phase. It's paying out good. I still haven't got to where I want to be yet, but at the same time, you know, it's always a blessing anytime you make it to a second contract. I mean, you've been doing something right, you know, going about it the right way, stuff like that. But I got to make it through this year, you know, to be able to say, you know, then we'll talk about the future. You know.
And as his alma mater continues to produce quality NFL players, Tony McCray has led the way for the Celebration Bowl era of Aggie pros by showing the guys who came behind him that hard work is the path to the NFL.
It's good, especially with what we can do for each other now, man, because we used to be piled up in the house. This is probably for a lot of HBCUs, 9 people, 10 people on the floor, noodles, work hard. We had a genuinely love for each other, you know, not even just me and Reek. I got the same love for all the players, you know, and we just really bond, whether young or old. And we when we get to see each other, man, it's great because a lot of us seeing each other, we coming out of high school and stuff like that at our low points. You know, guys want to be D1, guys got family problems, guys, you know, we had a black college, you know how that is, you know, stuff like that. So we got to really build a family and stuff like that, especially to be able to be successful in football or to get where we at now. Man, if you can play, they'll find you. Simple as that. If you play, you work at it, they'll find you. There's plenty of guys, you can go through it right now, rosters. Javon Hargrave, Antonio Hamilton, Scoot had went to the lead, the running back for South Carolina State. I got a guy from Norfolk on my team now. Like I was saying, Reed, DJ, Ryan Smith, Mike Jones at CFL. You know, man, it's plenty of guys who can play ball. If you can play, they'll find your school don't determine it. You know, not go to a good school, good coaching, which if you come to A&T, basically. But, you know, other than that, you know, if you can play, they're going to always find you. You just got to make your plays, put your work in. It don't matter what school you at.
When I joined HBCU Game Day in the summer of 2016, my goal as a filmmaker was to give our audience the behind-the-scenes stories of some of the great athletes in HBCU sports. My first thought was, I gotta do something with the human joystick himself, Tariq Cohen. So when I arrived in Greensboro 1 year later to interview Tariq for the finale of our Beyond the Yard series, I was immediately reminded of all the great moments I was able to capture during Tariq's senior season.
Hands off, Cohen. Hurts his field, and now he's headed down the near sideline. Cohen showing his speed, cuts back again. What a run, Tariq Cohen, fighting his way into the end zone.
Fast forward to 2017, now a rookie running back for the Chicago Bears, Tariq Cohen took the field at Aggie Stadium one final time before heading to the Windy City for the finale of our Beyond the Yard series.
Right after the season ended, I was working out with a guy by the name of Natron Means, who played in the NFL and also is a coach down in Winston-Salem State. So I was traveling to Winston, working out, just getting some pro tips and advice on the next level. I had talked to a former player, Javon Hargrave. He played at South Carolina State. He now plays for the Steelers. And I was asking him a lot of questions, like when did the invites go out and stuff like that. So then he told me early January. So when January came around, I was real nervous. I was pressing. I kept following up on if anybody got an invite to the combine. And then I was driving to Raleigh from Durham one day, coming from Durham Mall, and I got an email from NFL Combine, and then I just turned up in the car. I just turned the music all the way down. I was just yelling the whole way home. Called one of my cousins, and I called my coach and just broke the news to them, and it was pandemonium.
After a strong showing at the NFL Combine, Tariq braced himself for what would be the biggest day of his life. The only problem? He didn't quite know which day it would be.
On that Thursday, I really figured that I wasn't getting drafted in the first or second round, so I was watching the draft, but I was just watching it for recreation. And that Friday, we had a press box party. It was small, not too many people, because my agent had said there was a slight chance that I might be drafted in the third round. So I was getting a little nervous because I really didn't want to be drafted in the third round because my family wasn't here, so they wouldn't have been here to witness it. But luckily, I didn't get drafted in that third round, and I didn't get any sleep that night. And then everything started falling into place. So that Saturday, we had a big draft party here on campus. I was joking around to try to take the pressure off myself, try to take the stress out of the situation. So I kept picking up my phone, acting like I was getting a call, and just messing with everybody in the crowd. So
the field at Aggie Stadium has been the stage for some of Tariq's most memorable performances.
Oh yeah, that homecoming touchdown was really, I would say, one of my best memories here. When I had dove in the end zone, checked with the ref, see if it was a touchdown. It was. I just turned around and just let the crowd feel my energy.
And it's just a little bit more of that Cohen magic.
It was just live in the corner. I tell all the freshmen every time they come in that if you want to score on homecoming, you want to do it on that far end zone corner, because that's just where all the alumni and former players are going to be. If you score in there, I know they're going to turn you up.
And much like the great HBCU players before him, Tariq Cohen's name will echo in the walkways of Aggie Stadium for years to come as he takes his talents beyond the yard.
I'd like to thank everybody at A&T, the students that came in with me 4 years ago, students that see me play here, just the community in Greensboro overall, because they really supported me. And without their support, I don't think I'd be the player I am today.
What it do, Game Day Nation? It's your boy Wally Pitt coming to you from Aggie Stadium, where Tariq Cohen is back. Now, he didn't put the blue and gold 2-8 back on, but he's here for his first annual Tariq Cohen football camp. And not only is Tariq out here showing love to the youngins, but we got a whole lot of Aggies out here showing that Aggie pride. We got quarterback Lamar Renard, running back Markel Cartwright, as well as wide receiver Elijah Bell, and a host of other Aggies out here having fun, giving back, and showing love to the youth. Let's check out some stuff from the camp.
It feels great to be able to give back to a community that I really grew up and became a man in. Just being a positive role model and just giving back, getting to meet everybody, all the young people that's in the community that I really love and feel close to. So it really means a lot to me to be able to do this. I never went to a camp. That was always one of my dreams, something I wanted to do, go to a camp, an NFL guy camp, just to be that close to an NFL player. So for me to be that guy for these kids, it means a lot. It made me feel real good, It goes to show how many of the parents really kept backing me and really, respect me for the things that I do. For them to be able to bring their kids out here, trust their kids in my hands. I think it's really in your own hands, It doesn't matter how many offers you have, what size you are, anything can be done from any place. No matter if you're in a small school or a big school, you can get the job done from anywhere, no matter how big you are. Oh, you run. You good, go. You good, come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, come on. Well, it's a lot of fun, being able to be out here with my teammates, from the Bears, going out, Benny. Got my boy Tony McCray out here, and all my A&T teammates. It just feels great to be able to do this with them.
Tariq asked me what I told him. I was like, yeah, there's no doubt. Anytime I can get back to the kids and help get back to the kids, I'm all for it. It's great to come back here, a place that he had success, a place that really brought him in. They treat us as a family, so I just had to come down and show support.
He just told me he was having a camp, and no doubt about it. I'm on the way. Period. And I expect him to do the same if I was having a camp.
Tony McCray, North Carolina A&T. It's good, man. Support my boy, man. He's doing really well for himself, man. Supporting his family, giving back to the kids, man. Doing what Reek do, man. I feel good, man. Oh, yeah. Rock on three, rock on three. 1, 2, 3.
We don't just win, we give back. We give back.
Feeling good, man. Having back, supporting these kids, giving them something to look up to, and having us out here to help them means a lot to us. And the fact that we can impact these kids' life just in one day means a lot.
Man, it's a great experience. We brought the community out. We just out here trying to make the community better, show them what Aggie football is about.
Excited to be out here, Tariq being able to give back to the kids and the younger community. And just to be able to have people out here that's been able to get through all the adversity up to the next level and everything. So it's a great feeling to have somebody to come out and give back to the community like this. There we go. I like it. Come on, guys. Y'all get these guys. Right, bro. There we go. Hey, Conway. That boy rolling. Hey!
This is Daryl Johnson back in December 2018. Turned up on the field with his teammates after winning back-to-back Celebration Bowl titles.
Man, it's amazing, man. Without these guys, man, it wouldn't be possible. Blessed, just blessed, man. Blessed to be here again.
Since then, he's gone from 2018 MEAC Defensive Player of the Year to the 7th round pick of the Buffalo Bills. And 8 months after declaring early for the NFL draft, DJ is bigger, stronger, and hungrier than ever.
First, when we was in warm-ups, I was telling everybody, I kept telling everybody, man, I'm out here, I'm in the league. Like, this is crazy, I'm out here in the league. They kept saying, yeah, I know. Man, it's so exciting. That first snap on the field, I was so calm. And I was like, man, I think I belong here. I got a lot stronger. Coming from 230 to about 260, man, it's amazing. Trying to get used to my body still. And also, I'm learning how to use my length a little bit more. My coach always get on me, man, use them long arms, man. God bless you with them long arms. So I'm trying to, critique my long arm and my power, my, spin moves and things like that. Just trying to get better each and every day.
In the NFL, your ability to fine-tune the details that will keep you on the field rests solely in the reps you get in practice. And for a 7th round pick on one of the top defenses in the league, every single rep counts. And Daryl Johnson made sure that nothing was going to stop him from getting any and every rep he possibly could.
Go get here, get some extra work. Go!
Even in the cutthroat world of NFL training camp, where 90 players battle daily for 53 roster spots, the brotherhood of NFL players is still an each one teach one culture, where veterans take time to drop a little game on the up-and-coming players who are essentially there to take their jobs. Take when Daryl Johnson faced off against Panthers tackle Taylor Moton as a prime example. Initially, Moton manages to stand Johnson up and not let the former Aggie get past him. But Jerry Hughes, a 10-year NFL veteran at defensive end, pulls DJ aside and shows him some of the intricacies of the spin move. On Johnson's next rep up to bat, he immediately applies the spin move, gets his pad level low, and motors past Mo.
A lot of guys like Jerry Hughes, man, he sees a lot of potential in me, so he wants the best for me. And like I said, I just try to soak everything in that he teaches me. And with me being 6'6", man, it's so hard for me to stay low. I believe if I could, stay low, man, it'll help me improve my game a lot. This is National Football League. You gotta have something to, go with. Have a rush plan every time I put my hand down in the dirt. And I'm enjoying it, every bit of it. I'm learning every day, man, and just can't wait to play Carolina on Friday.
Coming off a breakout performance in the opening week of preseason and back in the same state where he played college ball, Darryl Johnson kept the heat on his name by recording another sack, this time adding a forced fumble to the stat line.
It was amazing, man. My family, my friends, old teammates, man, they were here, man. I was just happy to, do a little something in front of them, man. It was so exciting.
And as his star rises every week, it's not missed on Darryl Johnson that he's a part of the growing legacy of recent North Carolina A&T Aggies to make a name for themselves in the NFL.
Man, those guys paved the way. Without those guys going before me, I don't think it would have been possible. I appreciate those guys, love those guys, man, to death. But it's amazing that Aggies doing their thing. So hopefully I can keep it going and do mine as well.
And DJ's success in pursuit of making the Bills' 53-man roster is a testament that if you're sleeping on HBCU football, it's time for you to wake up.